Right now, a hidden force is shaping your life, quietly guiding every thought, every choice, every breath. Most people drift through their days unaware, trapped in the echoes of past mistakes or the shadows of future fears. But there is a power far greater than distraction, a force that can awaken clarity, strength, and vision in the most unexpected ways. For centuries, Shaolin monks have understood a secret that few speak of openly. The mind's wandering is the thief of potential. Every time attention slips into what was or what could be, a spark of energy is lost, a decision blurred, a moment wasted. But those who learn to anchor themselves fully in the present, who master the art of presence, unlock abilities that seem almost impossible, a perception so sharp it feels like the world moves in slow motion, and a clarity so deep it guides choices with effortless precision. In this video, you will discover these ancient teachings passed down through generations in silence, away from the eyes of the uninitiated. You will learn not only how to still the restless mind, but how to transform every breath into a tool of focus, every movement into an act of mastery, and every moment into an opportunity for profound awareness. By the end, you will see the unseen currents that influence your life and understand how to step into them with purpose. Lesser-known practices of the Shaolin path, once hidden behind monastery walls, will reveal themselves, methods that awaken energy, sharpen intuition, and cultivate a presence that commands respect without force. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. Here, the wisdom of centuries meets the power of now. Subscribe and journey with us into the hidden depths of mind, body, and spirit, where the next few hours could quietly change everything for you. The mind often seeks freedom in chaos, yet true freedom begins where the mind finds its own mastery. Many believe discipline confines, that routines and rules chain the spirit. But in the quiet halls of Shaolin monasteries, we learn a different truth. Discipline is not the cage, it is the key. Each action performed with intention, each repetition done with focus, carves a path toward inner stability. A monk rising before dawn, moving through the same forms, feeling the weight of each breath, this is not limitation. It is a forging of will. Small practices, seemingly insignificant to the casual observer, become the foundation of a mind unshaken by distraction and a body resilient to the unexpected. Strength is cultivated not only in effort, but in the consistency of effort repeated, refined, and honored over time. The Shaolin path teaches that external power without self-control is hollow. A sword without a hand to wield, it is nothing. A mind untamed turns even knowledge into confusion. Discipline aligns thought with action, desire with purpose, and impulse with awareness. It transforms ordinary habits into silent rituals of mastery. Consider the patience required to master a single movement, a single posture, a single breath. In this patience, freedom emerges. The mind no longer chases whims, the body no longer resists, and the spirit no longer trembles at uncertainty. The simplest act, when done with unwavering attention, becomes an expression of freedom, a freedom born not from doing everything at once, but from doing what must be done fully and without hesitation. Through discipline, the world outside ceases to dominate the world within. The power to act, to choose, and to exist with calm certainty arises not from absence of restraint, but from the mastery of it. Each day, each practice is a quiet surrender that reveals the limitless space of freedom that resides within. The body holds stories written in muscle and bone, in breath and heartbeat. Ancient Shaolin wisdom teaches that neglecting the vessel is to silence the voice of the spirit. Every movement, every posture carries meaning, every breath carries life. To honor the body is not vanity, it is reverence for the mind and the soul that reside within. In the quiet of practice halls, monks move with deliberate care, aware that strength without awareness is brittle and speed without control is dangerous. The body is trained not merely for endurance, but for harmony. Each stance grounded, each motion fluid, each breath synchronized with intention. Mindful movement becomes a dialogue between the physical and the spiritual, a conversation that cultivates energy and sharpens presence. Posture, often overlooked, becomes a reflection of inner balance. When the body aligns, the mind follows. When the spine is straight, the breath flows freely, and thoughts settle like calm water. Even the smallest shift in stance can ripple through consciousness, awakening focus and resilience that extend beyond the mat, beyond the hall, into every corner of life. Breath is the silent teacher. Inhaling deeply, exhaling fully, the rhythm mirrors the flow of energy through the body and mind. With each conscious breath, tension dissolves, clarity rises, and awareness expands. The body transforms into an instrument, every muscle tuned, every nerve alive, every sense sharpened. Through discipline in physical practice, the ordinary body becomes extraordinary. It carries strength without rigidity, calm without passivity, and presence without effort. The harmony of body, mind, and spirit is not accidental, it is cultivated, honored, and disciplined. In this sacred balance, the body is no longer a vessel to endure life. It is a temple, a living expression of clarity, focus, and the subtle mastery that begins within. In the stillness of a quiet hall, where footsteps are soft and breaths are measured, a hidden world reveals itself. Silence is often mistaken for emptiness, yet in the Shaolin tradition, it is a fertile field where insight takes root. Within quietude, the mind begins to distinguish the subtle from the obvious, the essential from the noise, and the truth from illusion. Meditation is not merely sitting in stillness. It is an invitation to listen. The body speaks in whispers, tension in the shoulders, a flutter in the chest, the steady pulse of life, each signal carrying guidance if attended to. The mind, too, communicates through fleeting thoughts, patterns, and impulses. In silence, these voices emerge clearly, stripped of distraction, offering a map of inner terrain that is otherwise overlooked in the chaos of daily life. Shaolin teachings extend this practice beyond thought and sensation. The soul itself murmurs quietly, revealing desires, fears, and wisdom that are often drowned out by external noise. Learning to listen is not passive, it requires discipline. It demands stillness, patience, and the courage to face truths that may be uncomfortable. Each moment of practiced silence strengthens perception. Decisions arise with greater clarity. Emotions settle with greater ease, and actions align more naturally with intention. The ordinary act of listening transforms into an art of awareness, where every sound, every pause, and every internal murmur becomes a guide toward mastery. Through silence, the mind learns restraint, the body learns attunement, and the spirit learns harmony. This is the quiet path to power, not the power that asserts itself outwardly, but the power that roots itself deeply within. In these hushed spaces, the wisdom of the ages whispers, and those who truly listen discover a mastery that words alone cannot convey. In the quiet practice halls of Shaolin, the greatest lessons are often found not in force, but in harmony. Strength alone can break, but without flexibility, it is rigid and brittle. Action without stillness leads to confusion, like a river rushing blindly toward rocks. The path of mastery lies in learning the rhythm between opposites, finding the equilibrium where power flows effortlessly and the mind remains centered. Every movement, every thought, every breath carries duality. Effort and ease coexist, tension and release dance together. Even in the simplest form or posture, a monk learns to push and yield, to strike with precision while remaining supple, to act decisively while anchored in calm. This is not merely physical, it is a reflection of inner discipline, a training of the mind to balance extremes without being pulled into either. Mindfulness becomes the teacher of balance, observing the rise and fall of breath, the surge of energy and its quiet retreat. The mind learns to harmonize contradictions within itself. Intuition guides thought, stillness tempers action. The ordinary becomes extraordinary when opposites are embraced, not resisted, revealing a flow that appears effortless but is rooted in relentless practice. Even the natural world reflects this truth. The tree bends in the storm, the river carves its path through rock, yet neither loses form or purpose. So too must the practitioner learn to yield without surrendering, to act without forcing, to rest without stagnating. Mastery is found in this delicate art, in the quiet understanding that extremes are not enemies, but partners in shaping clarity, resilience, and presence. Through discipline and awareness, one becomes like water, strong enough to carve, soft enough to bend, steady enough to remain centered amidst the currents of life. The balance of opposites is not a goal to reach, but a continuous practice, a flowing art that transforms ordinary existence into the subtle power of mastery. Time moves quietly, imperceptible yet unstoppable, shaping every breath and thought. In Shaolin philosophy, nothing is fixed. Everything changes. The mountain erodes, the river shifts, and even the body and mind are in constant flux. To recognize impermanence is not to surrender to loss or decay. It is to awaken to the full depth of the present, where each moment, though fleeting, holds the weight of eternity. Monks train their minds to see life as a river flowing through their hands. They do not cling to success, pleasure, or even mastery itself, for attachment blinds perception. Detachment, however, is not indifference. It is clarity. It allows the mind to act decisively, to love deeply, to move with courage, because it knows that all things will pass. Fear of loss softens, hesitation dissolves, and the heart aligns with the rhythm of existence itself. Daily practice, meditation, and mindful reflection sharpen this awareness. Every posture, every movement, every breath is observed as a transient gift. When the impermanence of life is understood, patience becomes natural, resilience becomes effortless, and decisions are guided not by impulse but by insight. The mind learns to honor the fleeting nature of experience while embracing the richness hidden within it. This awareness cultivates a rare kind of courage, a calm bravery that does not need to grasp, control, or resist. Clarity arises not from certainty, but from understanding the ebb and flow of all things. In moments of challenge, impermanence becomes a teacher, showing that suffering, joy, success, and failure are all waves in the same ocean. To live fully is to move with this truth, to hold nothing too tightly, yet to value everything deeply. In embracing impermanence, the practitioner discovers freedom within discipline, strength within surrender, and a timeless clarity that transforms each passing moment into a step toward mastery. Every movement in life, no matter how small, carries a hidden weight. Shaolin teachings remind us that intention shapes reality. A step taken without awareness drifts, a word spoken without thought echoes in confusion, but when action is rooted in purpose, each gesture becomes meaningful, each breath purposeful, each decision aligned with a deeper current of mastery. In the quiet of training halls, monks repeat forms not out of routine, but with precision and intent. The lifting of a hand, the turn of the body, the rhythm of breath, all are observed and refined. This discipline transforms what seems ordinary into something profound. Every motion becomes a reflection of the inner state, a mirror of focus, patience, and awareness cultivated over years of practice. Intentional action is more than control, it is harmony. The mind, body, and spirit converge in each choice, allowing energy to flow freely while remaining grounded. Thoughts are not scattered, impulses are not reactive, and the heart moves in quiet alignment with purpose. Even mundane tasks, pouring water, sweeping the floor, adjusting a posture, become exercises in presence, each one a meditation in motion. The power of this practice extends beyond the training hall. Life itself becomes a series of deliberate acts, guided by clarity rather than habit, by insight rather than distraction. Decisions that once felt heavy or uncertain are approached with calm precision. The practitioner learns to act without hesitation, to respond rather than react, and to move through challenges with a quiet confidence born of inner discipline. Through intentional action, mastery is no longer a distant goal. It is present in every breath, every step, every choice. Ordinary life transforms into a path of subtle power, where each movement resonates with purpose, and every act becomes a reflection of the clarity and strength cultivated within. The mind is a restless river, flowing endlessly with thoughts, impulses, and distractions. Most people let it carry them wherever it wishes, unaware that it can be trained, guided, and mastered. Shaolin wisdom teaches that thoughts are tools, not masters. When the mind obeys desire without discernment, clarity dissolves and energy scatters. But when trained, it becomes a powerful ally, a compass guiding every action and intention. In the quiet hours of practice, monks focus on the breath, slow, deliberate, and attentive. Each inhale grounds the body, each exhale releases tension, each pause sharpens awareness. Meditation teaches patience and observation, allowing thoughts to arise and pass without attachment. Visualization transforms the mind into a canvas, where intention paints reality before action begins. These practices do not suppress the mind, they refine it, teaching discipline, presence, and subtlety. Mastery of the mind begins internally, not externally. Calmness in thought leads to steadiness in the heart, which allows clarity in decision-making. Emotional turbulence softens as awareness strengthens. Impulses that once dictated action are observed, understood, and redirected. The mind becomes a tool for insight, reflection, and deliberate choice rather than a playground for distraction or desire. Through sustained discipline, a quiet authority emerges within. The mind becomes the architect of life, rather than a victim of circumstance. Energy that once scattered in worry or doubt now flows with precision toward purpose. Every action is informed by intention, every decision guided by clarity, every moment approached with equanimity. To master the mind is to unlock freedom, for the external world reflects the internal state. Calm thought, steady heart, and clear intention create a life where presence, discipline, and wisdom are inseparable. Here, mastery is not imposed. It arises naturally, quietly, from the unwavering cultivation of awareness. Courage often wears a quiet face. In the Shaolin way, bravery is not measured by loud declarations or outward force. True courage is the stillness that remains when the world shifts, when uncertainty presses from every side. It is the inner resolve to stay present, to witness without fleeing, and to act only when clarity arises. Monks train for years to cultivate this calm authority. They face pain, exhaustion, and the unpredictability of life with an even mind, learning not to react impulsively. A sudden strike, a harsh word, or a difficult challenge is met first with observation, then with deliberate action. In stillness, they discover strength, not the rigid strength of resistance, but the flexible power of awareness anchored in discipline. Stillness transforms perception. Fear, once a storm that clouds judgment, becomes a signal, a teacher guiding attention. Hesitation dissolves because the mind is no longer pulled by impulse. Each breath becomes a tether to the present, each heartbeat a measure of calm authority. In these moments, clarity replaces panic, and courage is revealed not as an absence of fear, but as the mastery of it. The wisdom of Shaolin teaches that life's trials are inevitable, yet the response is always a choice. Acting from stillness requires patience, self-discipline, and trust in one's own awareness. It is a practice that sharpens both mind and spirit, revealing that the most profound victories are often invisible to the outside world. In embracing stillness, the practitioner turns inward and finds a power deeper than any outward display. Fear loses its grip, indecision fades, and the heart steadies. Courage becomes effortless, flowing naturally from the calm presence cultivated through years of practice. Here, mastery is quiet, unassuming, and absolute, a strength born not of aggression but of complete inner alignment. Life itself becomes a canvas for practice when the lessons of discipline, mindfulness, and presence are carried beyond the walls of the hall. In Shaolin philosophy, mastery is never confined to meditation or martial forms alone. It is found in the way one moves through the world, in every conversation, every task, every decision. The true test of inner cultivation is not in stillness, but in action. A monk's movements in daily life mirror the rigor of training. Patience in listening, precision in speech, balance in response. Relationships are treated as exercises in awareness, requiring the same focus and clarity applied to martial techniques. Work, no matter how simple, becomes an expression of attention and intention. Choices are made not from impulse, but from a place of quiet discernment. Through this integration, the boundaries between practice and life dissolve, revealing a seamless flow where inner mastery naturally radiates outward. Mindfulness teaches that every thought, action, and interaction carries energy. When the mind is aligned, the body steady, and the heart present, this energy moves into the world with subtle but undeniable influence. A calm presence can diffuse tension. A disciplined approach can inspire trust, and deliberate action can transform ordinary circumstances into opportunities for insight and growth. The Shaolin path reminds us that the external world reflects the internal state. When inner alignment is cultivated consistently, the ripples reach every aspect of life. Challenges are met with equanimity, decisions with clarity, and interactions with awareness. Every act becomes a continuation of practice, a living extension of meditation and training. Integration of life and practice is the final bridge between learning and mastery. It is here, in the quiet consistency of everyday living, that discipline, presence, and awareness converge. The practitioner learns that mastery is not a place to reach, but a way to inhabit the world, moment by moment, fully awake and fully aligned. The next few hours hold a rare opportunity to awaken fully to your own presence, to move with discipline, and to act with clear purpose. Every breath, every mindful step, every moment of stillness is a doorway to deeper awareness. By embracing silence, balance, and intentional action, you allow body, mind, and spirit to align, revealing a clarity and strength that has always been within you. Self-mastery is not a distant goal or a future achievement. It begins here now in the quiet decisions and conscious practices of everyday life. Notice the small moments, the way you breathe, the way you respond, the way you choose. These are the seeds of transformation. With each act of awareness, you cultivate resilience, insight, and calm presence, carrying the wisdom of centuries into the rhythm of your own life. Allow yourself to move gently, but with purpose. Let stillness teach you courage. Let discipline guide your choices, and let mindfulness turn ordinary actions into reflections of your inner strength. Every day is an opportunity to live fully, aligned with your highest self. If this message resonates, take it into your daily life. Apply it, practice it, and watch as small shifts ripple outward, shaping not only your own path, but the world around you. Thank you for sharing this space of calm and reflection with us. If you wish to continue this journey, please like this video and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire, where the wisdom of the ages meets the power of now. Let each moment be a step toward quiet mastery and peaceful presence.